Hello and welcome to another video from the Silver Citizen. Remember, if you like what you see, hit the like, hit the subscribe, hit the bell so you never miss a video. Now let's get into it. This is about the penultimate league game before the World Cup. Fulham. It ended 2-1. In terms of the performance, fantastic. Absolutely fantastic. I mean, we were down to 10 men for what ended up being 72 minutes of play. And we were brilliant. Now, there's a few incidents during the game. Pereira came down on the back of, I think it might have been Bernardo. I'm not entirely sure at this moment in time who it was, but it was right at the start of the game. VAR looked at it, decided it was nothing more than the yellow the referee gave, which I was quite happy with. I mean, I'd have put it down to like an orange type of challenge. I think if the referee had to give a red card, I can't see anyone changing his mind. And same with the yellow. But I was delighted that the referee was never asked to go to the screen. The referee saw the incident, made up his mind, and the decision stood. So I was happy with that. Far too many times now we get, can you go and have a look at the monitor? Well, if the referee's seeing the incident, I'm going on about Liverpool here. The referee saw the incident with Haaland and Fabinho, and get up. They scored a goal, can you go and have a look? For me, decisions shouldn't be about whether the ball goes in the net at the end of it or not. Shouldn't make it a foul if the ball goes in the net and not a foul if it doesn't. But anyway, this is about Fulham. We had a couple of chances before Gundogan slipped in Alvarez. Fantastic finish. Smashed it right under the roof of the under the bar. Went to the roof of the net. Fantastic finish. And put us 1-0 up, and at that point it was nothing more than we deserved. We almost grabbed a second. Rodri started his run off a little bit too soon, really, and it was about a yard offside. But again, the linesman had already stuck his flag up, so happy days. But yeah, I think he'd have held his run for another second, he'd have been on. Now when De Bruyne whipped the ball in, I think John Stones was just a little bit offside, because the ball never went to him. He's not in play at that moment. It was Rodri that was offside. And Rodri headed the ball, the goalkeeper saved it, and John Stones poked it in. But, rightly, the linesman stuck his flag up. From the resulting free kick for the offside, Fulham got a penalty. Now, do I think it was a penalty? Yes. He went to shoulder charge him. I can't remember which Fulham player it was, but he got there a little bit too quick, so when he went to shoulder charge him, he'd already passed, and he ended up hitting him on the back roundabout here. He went down, referee, straight away, penalty kick. No argument. I think it was a foul. I don't think it would have been a foul if it had been shoulder to shoulder, but the fact that it ended up being shoulder into back, it's a foul. Sometimes, you can be Trent Alexander-Arnold and shove your elbow into someone's back and it's a goal kick. But a sitter, the rules apply. Do I think it was a red card? No. I don't think they've changed the rules. They might have. I mean, they change the rules halfway through the season sometimes if the referee upholds the letter of the law and it doesn't favour one of their teams. They'll change the rules mid-season. They've done it before. You know. Now, I know they changed it at the end of one season. Can't remember which season it was, but I do remember hearing a lot about it on Sky Sports and reading about it in the papers and on the City website about rule changes, which stated that if a player denies a goal scoring opportunity and the referee gives a penalty, there'll be no double jeopardy. He won't get a red card for denying a goal scoring opportunity because the referee has given a penalty, which is a goal scoring opportunity. If the foul happens outside the box and you're the last man denying a goal scoring opportunity, then it's a red card because the free kick isn't always a goal scoring opportunity. You could have it 20 yards away, right on the edge of the area. And you gotta get it up over a wall that's jumping and then straight back down. I mean, it's been done, people can do it, but it's not really a guaranteed goal scoring opportunity. So that's why it's a red card. It stated that if you denying a goal scoring opportunity, are you bringing down someone in the box, your challenge is reckless, dangerous, or endangers the safety of an opponent, then it'll be a red card. Me personally, I don't think it followed into any of them. I think it was a mistimed shoulder charge, it was a foul, yellow card at most for me. Like I said, if they've changed the rules, I don't know. They change the rules that often. Who can keep up? I mean, they changed the rules within 24 hours because, like I said, Trent Alexander-Arnold shoulder charging a Tottenham player into the back. That's not even a foul. And he wasn't going for the shoulder charge. He was actually stood behind him and barged him over. But that's not a foul. But anyway, again, as much as I didn't think it was a red card, I was quite happy that the ref wasn't asked to go over to the monitor to check it. We have a ref for a reason. He makes his decisions. That for me should be the end of it. I've had enough of VAR. I'll admit, first off, when they were bringing it in and they were saying it's there to clear up clear and obvious mistakes and to make sure that the result is the right one. And so a team doesn't have to go through the game having a player sent off. And then you ask the referee, do you think it was a red card at the hearing? And he says, no, this is how I saw it, that's how it happened. The red card gets overturned. This is to stop a team playing with 70 minutes with 10 men when it wasn't a red card offence and he's available for the next game. Because it was a clear and obvious mistake to send him off. And other such likes. And at the time, I'll admit, I thought, well, yeah. But it's only there to clear up the clear and obvious errors. Because you can see them quite clearly when they're clear and obvious. So you don't need time. So although I don't agree with the red card, I mean, if the rules have changed and denying a goal scoring opportunity and the last man now is a red card, then it was a red card. But anyway, Pereira steps up, puts it in, 1-1. And from that point on, I'm thinking, right, well, Fulham are going to get a lot more of the ball. Um, Fulham are going to have a few more chances. This could be one of those games where a point at the end of the season might look good. But that idea was squashed before half time because City were in no mood to let Fulham have the ball. Or, for that fact, have many chances. Because apart from the penalty, after Cancelo went off and before Cancelo went off, they had two shots. One was a penalty and one was a pot shot from about 40 yards, 35 yards, something like that, in the second half. That the goalkeeper from my under-10s team would have saved, let alone an international goalkeeper and goalkeeper that keeps him winning the Golden Glove. But no, the performance from City was fantastic. They made even better for the fact that we had 10 men. You think to yourself, if we had 11, this could have been 4 or 5. But as it turned out, it wasn't. Second half, pretty much the same as the first. City dominating the ball, City dominating the chances, City dominating the game in every aspect. Apart from creating clear cut after clear cut after clear cut chance, which I think would have happened with 11 men if I'm honest, but no, I thought the play from City was brilliant. And then on came Haaland for Alvarez and Foden for Grealish. Then chances started to happen a bit more. Haaland had a chance. He swung his foot at it and it went wide. Now, mere mortals would have got up and I was stretching, but Haaland, he was angry with himself for not getting on target. Then came the goal. De Bruyne flicked it in, Haaland headed it in, linesman kept his flag down. You get the lines. Now, this is what I'm talking about. Clear and obvious errors, clear and obvious mistakes. Don't take the same amount of time it took Kevin De Bruyne to walk onto the field of play against Sevilla to set up Alvarez for the second goal, which was 2 minutes and 52 seconds. And to check whether this was a goal or not was 2 minutes and 37 seconds. It doesn't take 2 minutes and 37 seconds to clear up a clear and obvious mistake. You should be able to, if you need to, pause it when the pass is made, look at it with the naked eye, and have clear proof that he's offside or he's onside. Clear proof. If not, it's not a clear and obvious mistake. But the linesman came out and his knee was offside. Suppose it's more than a fingernail. So the goal was ruled out by VAR. Citizen kept on probing and kept on probing and kept on probing. Then City got a penalty. Do I think it was a penalty? I think it was soft. I think Kevin De Bruyne felt the touch on his ankle, knew that time was running out, realised where he was, and hit the floor. I think if that challenge would have happened half an hour earlier, I think he'd have stayed on his feet. But time was running out. He knew that he'd been touched. The ball wasn't. The player didn't get the ball. The player did touch De Bruyne. And he knew that if the referee gave a penalty, because there's contact, VAR wouldn't overrule it. It's not up to VAR to determine whether there's enough contact for the player to go down, just whether there was contact. De Bruyne felt the contact, hit the floor. As soon as the referee gave the penalty, he knew it was happening. I personally don't think it was a penalty. I think it was soft. I don't think there was enough contact to make De Bruyne hit the floor, but he hit the floor. The referee gave the penalty. Haaland stepped up, and it wasn't the greatest penalty. Not even the best penalty I've seen Haaland take. Probably one of the worst. But he hit it under Leno. It wasn't a very good penalty, but it was along the floor. And before Leno could get himself all the way down, the ball had slipped underneath. 2-1. Nothing more than City deserved. They were by far the superior team. Now, there you go. And the funny thing is, with Trent Alexander-Arnold's shove, the referee that gave the penalty and sent off Cancelo didn't think that was a foul. He was in the VAR hub, looking at it and thinking, nah, it's not a foul. Even though, just under 24 hours before, he thought it was. I rest my case. VAR is only there to help certain teams. But a win's a win. We went back to the top for 24 hours. I didn't think it would be any... Well, actually, I was kind of thinking it would, but getting the games mixed up. Chelsea played Arsenal, and I was kind of expecting, if I'm honest, to stay top of the league. Because I was expecting Arsenal to draw with Chelsea, I'll be honest. And they probably should have done. I know Arsenal had the better chances, and Arsenal were the better team, and Arsenal deserved to win, granted. But the actual goal Arsenal scored really shouldn't have been scored. But as it turns out, it was. Arsenal won. Arsenal went back top of the league. We got Brentford next in the league. Arsenal have got Wolves. I expect both teams to win, so Arsenal will be top of the league when Santa comes down the chimney. So, till Chelsea match is watched. I'm working on Wednesday and for Sky, so it'll be City Plus that I watch it on Thursday. Which will probably be the same day I upload this video. So after I've watched the Chelsea game, I'll come back and talk about that one. But until then, adios amigos.